There's a pattern in the ocean that scientists overlooked for 50 years. Octopuses aren't solitary, they're managers. They lead teams of up to 10 different fish species. And when a fish doesn't pull its weight, the octopus punches it. That's not a metaphor, that's documented behavior, captured on 120 hours of dive footage. And it changes everything we thought we knew about cooperation in the animal kingdom. Welcome to WildLeadTube, where evolution, intelligence, and behavior collide, and nothing is ever as simple as it looks. For decades, the textbooks were clear. Octopuses hunt alone. They're intelligent, yes, tool users, absolutely, but social, cooperative. No, that wasn't how they operated. They were solitary predators, territorial, aggressive, toward other animals. The idea of an octopus working with fish, let alone leading them, seemed impossible. That's what every marine biology student learned. That's what the research supported. And that's what made the discovery in the Red Sea so shocking. But to understand why this discovery matters, we need to follow the evidence. Because what researchers found wasn't just cooperation, it was leadership, decision-making, and enforcement. Let me show you exactly how it works. Stage 1, the first observation. This started in September 2024, when a team from the Max Planck Institute published something extraordinary. In Nature, Ecology, and Evolution, Eduardo Sampaio and his team had spent 120 hours diving in the Red Sea, tracking octopuses with 3D cameras. They weren't looking for cooperation. They were studying hunting behavior. What they found was something no one expected. The octopuses weren't hunting alone. They were hunting with fish. Not one species, multiple species. Goatfish, groupers, snappers, emperors, up to 10 different species in a single hunting group. And the octopus wasn't just participating, it was leading. I've linked the full study in the description. Now, multi-species hunting groups aren't new. Dolphins hunt with cormorants. Moray eels hunt with groupers. But those partnerships are simple. One species flushes prey, the other catches it. Basic coordination. What the researchers saw in the Red Sea was different. The octopus was making decisions, choosing directions, managing the group, and the fish were following. Not because they had to, because it worked. At first, the team thought the octopus was just tolerating the fish. Maybe the fish were exploiting the octopus's hunting ability, following along, stealing scraps. That's called kleptoparasitism, common in the ocean. But the footage told a different story. The fish weren't stealing, they were contributing, spreading out, searching different areas, signaling when they found prey. And the octopus was coordinating them. Not every hunt, not with every group, but consistently enough to be a pattern. This was stage 1, observation. The realization that solitary hunting was wrong. But here's where it gets more interesting. The team didn't just watch, they tracked, they measured, they documented 13 separate hunting events over those 120 hours. And in every single event, the octopus played the same role, central coordinating, leading. The question wasn't whether this was cooperation anymore. The question was, how complex is this cooperation? And that's when they discovered stage 2. Stage 2, leadership emerges. The researchers noticed something specific. The octopus didn't just occupy the center of the group, it made decisions. When the group reached a fork in the reef, the octopus chose the direction. When a fish found prey, the octopus decided whether to pursue. When the group got to spread out, the octopus signaled them back together. This wasn't passive coordination. This was active leadership, and the fish responded every time. Here's what makes this extraordinary. The fish in these groups aren't related. They're not even from the same family. Goatfish are bottom feeders. Groupers are ambush predators. Snappers hunt in open water. These species have completely different hunting strategies. They don't cooperate with each other naturally, but with an octopus leading, they do. The octopus becomes the common link, the coordinator, and somehow these fish understand that role. They defer to it. Sound familiar? It shouldn't, because no other invertebrate does this. Ants cooperate, but only with their colony. Bees work in teams, but they're genetically programmed. Octopuses are mollusks. Their brains are nothing like ours. They have 9 brains, 1 central, 8 in their arms. They evolved intelligence completely independently from vertebrates. And yet, here they are, displaying leadership behavior that we usually only see in mammals. Elephants lead herds. Wolves lead packs. Now octopuses lead fish. Same pattern, different ocean. But the most striking feature of this system is what happens when a fish breaks the rules. And that's stage 3, the punishment system. Remember, cooperation only works if everyone contributes. If one fish freeloads following the group, eating the prey, but not searching or signaling it, reduces the group's success. In human societies, we have laws and consequences. In wolf packs, the alpha enforces order. In octopus hunting groups, the octopus punches the cheater. I'm not exaggerating. The researchers documented multiple instances of octopuses extending an arm and striking a fish that wasn't pulling its weight. For the octopus and the cooperative fish, the system works. Everyone benefits from coordinated hunting. Meanwhile, the freeloading fish gets punched, removed, excluded. Today, we see the same enforcement mechanism in primate societies, wolf packs, and now in octopuses. Same pattern across millions of years of evolution. Stage 3, enforcement. The trick is simple. The octopus monitors group performance. When a fish contributes searching, signaling, cooperating, it's tolerated. When a fish freeloads, it gets punched. 1 strike. Sometimes gentle, sometimes forceful enough to send the fish tumbling. The message is clear. Contribute or leave. This is not random aggression. This is calculated enforcement, and it works. You'll find the source link in the description. But here's the question nobody asks. How does an octopus know which fish is freeloading? It has no language, no verbal commands. The researchers believe it's pattern recognition. The octopus tracks which fish are searching, which are signaling, which are contributing. When a fish's behavior deviates from the pattern, the octopus responds. It's not thinking like we think, it's monitoring the system. And when the system breaks, it enforces correction. This is the mechanism. And that brings us to stage 4, decision-making power. Because enforcement is one thing, leadership is another. What the researchers discovered in the final analysis was that the octopus doesn't just punish, it chooses. When multiple fish signal different directions, the octopus decides which one to follow. When prey is spotted by several fish simultaneously, the octopus prioritizes. It's not democracy. It's not consensus. It's executive decision-making. And the entire group follows. For the octopus, this power is advantage. It controls the group's direction, prioritizes targets, and ensures its own success. Meanwhile, the fish accepts this hierarchy. Because the alternative hunting alone is less successful, they trade autonomy for survival. We see this trade-off in every cooperative system in nature. Power in exchange for coordination. What makes this dangerous today is that it challenges every assumption we've made about intelligence. For centuries, we defined intelligence based on brain size. Mammals have big brains, primates have huge brains, humans have the biggest. And because octopuses are invertebrate mollusks, relatives of snails, we assumed their intelligence was limited. Simple problem solving, maybe. Tool use occasionally. But leadership, enforcement, strategic decision-making across multiple species, that was supposed to be impossible. Right now, artificial intelligence researchers are studying octopus neurology. Because if a brain that evolved 500 million years ago, completely separate from ours, can solve problems like coordination and leadership, then intelligence isn't what we thought it was. And here's what should terrify you about this discovery. We've been studying octopuses for over a century. We've dissected them, filmed them, tested them in labs, and we missed this. We missed it because we weren't looking for it. We assumed cooperation required certain conditions. Social species, large brains, genetic relationships. Octopuses had none of those, so we didn't look. The behavior was there the entire time, hidden in plain sight, because our assumptions were wrong. Think about your life. Think about how many times you've been told something is impossible because it doesn't fit the pattern. Animals don't use tools. Fish don't have feelings. Reptiles don't experience emotions. Each time we were wrong. Each time the evidence was there. We just weren't looking in the right place. The octopus fish armies are the latest proof, but they won't be the last. Right now, researchers are finding cooperation in species we thought were solitary, intelligence in animals we thought were simple, consciousness in creatures we thought were automatic, scientists who challenge assumptions, who look where others don't, who question the established pattern. They make discoveries. Meanwhile, the rest of us repeat what we were taught. We trust the textbooks. We believe the consensus until someone proves it wrong, and then we wonder why we didn't see it ourselves. So what should you take from this? First, understand that intelligence isn't one thing. It's not brain size or genetic similarity. It's problem solving. The octopus evolved intelligence to manage groups across species boundaries. That's not less intelligent than human cooperation. It's differently intelligent. Second, realize that absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence. For 50 years, we had no evidence of octopus leadership. Not because it didn't exist, because we weren't looking. When you're told something is impossible, ask, are we looking in the right place? Third, question the pattern. Every assumption about animal behavior has been challenged in the last 20 years. Tool use, language, emotions, self-awareness. Each time, the scientists who doubted were right. The ones who were certain were wrong. That pattern will continue. Intelligence is not a ladder with humans at the top. It's a web. Different paths, different solutions, different brains solving the same problems. The octopus didn't evolve to be like us. It evolved to be like itself, and it solved cooperation anyway. That should make you reconsider everything you know about what's possible in nature. Right now, somewhere in the ocean, an octopus is leading a team of fish, and we just learned about it. What else are we missing? All sources are linked in the description. If this opened your eyes to what animal intelligence really means, subscribe, because the next video will show you the species with mathematical abilities that rivals some humans. Can A brain the size of a sesame seed understands 0. The answer will challenge everything you think you know about consciousness. The answers aren't hiding in the future. They're written in evolution. WildLeadTube has the evidence. I'll show you where to look.